What's up, all my NFL fans? Today we have a tier list of the best groupings in the NFL. But before we get into it, if you can drop a like, drop a follow, that'll be greatly, greatly appreciated. Starting off with the best quarterback in the NFL. You know who it is. I shouldn't have to explain it. Aiden O'Connell of the Vegas Raiders. You're up to bat. No, just kidding. We all know the answer here. Patty Kermit the Frog Mahomes, you're up, baby. I think that's the easiest one we're going to have on this tier list. There's not much thought that has to go into it. I think Patrick Mahomes is levels above any other quarterback in the league. Joe Burrow is back. Hopefully Joe Burrow stays healthy. I think that's the closest anyone's ever going to come to competing with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. You have Lamar, more of an athletic, versatile quarterback, which I think he's up there too. Honestly, y'all like to hype Josh Allen up. I think the top three is Mahomes, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, if CJ Stroud has another great year, might fall out of the top five. So, and that's my personal opinion. He turns the ball over a lot. I know really elite quarterbacks turn the ball over a lot. He just doesn't do anything. He doesn't have that switch that allows you to go win playoff games. So we'll see. We'll see how he does this year. Maybe he'll finally get over that hump. Next, we have the running back room. Now, this one's a little interesting to me. I think several teams have really, really good running back rooms. Obviously, the 49ers, always in contention for best running back room. You can throw me behind Christian McCaffrey, and we're probably a top 3 running back room. You have the Green Bay Packers, you have Josh Jacobs, you have Quadzilla and AJ Dillon. I think that's going to be a solid running back room. Looking at everything off face value here. I've done no research on this guy, so we're just going off pure knowledge and face value. I think you could look over at the two more teams. I mean, the Jets, solid. So to me, it's going to come down, all right, to the Browns and the Ravens. And they're really deep, but I have to take into consideration who's going to be there week 1. I don't think the Browns are going to have Nick Chubb week 1. They have Jerome Ford and they have Deontay Foreman. And when Nick Chubb comes back, that's probably going to be the scariest running back room in the game. On the other hand, you have the Baltimore Ravens with Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. I believe that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Keaton Mitchell, amazing showcase last year. I can't remember what he tore. Can't remember if he tore his ACL or if he tore his Achilles. If he tore his Achilles, he probably won't be back. Nick Chubb probably won't be back week 1 just because he had to have a second ACL surgery later in the year. So it's really a toss-up right now. I think you could go either way. I'm probably going to give it to the Ravens because they're going to have their ace back off rip at least. So we'll probably go Ravens running back room. Next, we have the wide receiver room. Another very, very interesting tier. I think so. This one, I'm not going to harp on it too much. I think it comes down to 2 teams again. And I think it's either the Bears or it is the Houston Texans. Houston Texans, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell. The Bears, DJ Moore. You have Keenan Allen and you have Rome Odunze. I am personally, the list I saw went the Bears. I am going to go the Texans just because Rome Odunze has a really good ceiling. I mean, and higher than Tank Dell's. I wholeheartedly believe that higher than Tank Dell's. But Tank Dell, really good open space guy. You got 2 wide receiver ones that are not as old as Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, great blanket receiver. I'm monologuing. I'm going Texans on this. I think you could throw either up here in the Texans or the Bears, but we're going to go Texans. Next, we have a tight ends room. So the tight end room I saw on the list, by the way, this is my own list, straight off top. I saw the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers have the best tight end room. I think you could argue if you put the 49ers up there, you got to put the Chiefs up there. I don't think the Chiefs have the best tight end room. I think the Chiefs have the best tight end in the league. I think the 49ers have the second best tight end in the league, but this is the tight ends room. This is the tight end room as a whole. Pause. All right. I'm thinking, and it took me a while to think about this, you could go the Raiders with Mayer and Brock Bowers, but we haven't really seen Brock Bowers in the NFL yet, so we don't know what he can do. Who I want to go with is the Buffalo Bills. You have Dawson Knox, who I think is a really solid tight end, and he's good at blocking. Pause. And he's good at blocking. And then you have Dalton Kincaid, one of those guys, one of those newer tight ends. You can put them on the outside. You can put them on the inside. They can block. They can take the rock out of the backfield. They can do everything because their athletic ability is absolutely insane. Shout out Aaron Hernandez for the blueprint. Tight end. Next, we have the offensive line. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is the eye test right now because I, like everyone else, there's one dude on TikTok who I really like. He really gives a lot of love to the O-line and D-line. He breaks down all of their highlights and stuff, and I think the big guys deserve a lot more attention than they get, and I really appreciate that guy because he brings a lot of attention to the O-line. Can't remember his name. If you're deep on TikTok, you know who I'm talking about. Offensive line, just off rip, I'm probably giving it to the Lions. They had a really solid O-line last year. They went and got a Pro Bowl guard in what's his name? Is it Zach Zinter? It's Zach something. It's something Zinter. Pro Bowl guard from the Ravens. We're gonna go Lions on the offensive line. If I can find them, where are they at? There we go. Next, we have the defensive line. So this could go several ways. They have a really solid, that D-line on the 49ers is absolutely ridiculous. That D-line on, I kind of want to give the Browns some love on this one, right? I'm going the 49ers, which kind of throws me in a bind because I'm trying not to repeat teams on here, and I was kind of going to put the 49ers at linebackers. Linebackers is iffy for the 49ers, though, because like I said, I want the best teams going into week one, and I don't think they're going to have Dre Greenlaw week one, and that's really unfortunate. Hey, Fred Warner is a dog. So we're going to circle back around to linebackers because I'm going to have to think on that one for a second. I kind of want to say the Jets because I really like CJ Mosley. I really, really like CJ Mosley. I could say the Jets. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. We have cornerbacks. This one, oh my God, but I want to say cornerbacks on the Jets. I don't want to repeat teams. I don't. Cornerback is interesting. I'm probably going to say the Jets just because Sauce is an absolute dog. Next, we have safeties. The safeties one is interesting. I can't really, off top, I'm trying to think of who has the best safeties room. And I'm looking at these teams down here, and I'm actually drawing a blank worse than me forgetting Tyreek Woolen's name. I can't think of a team that just has outstanding safeties. I'm probably going to we'll throw Tampa Bay up here in safeties. I'm just not versed with safeties like that, I guess. And last but not least, we have the linebacker group. And after thinking for a while, I think I've come to a conclusion. I think the Steelers have the best linebackers. TJ Watt, technically an end, right? But technically, at the same time, a linebacker. And you add Patrick Queen. I think that is absolutely the best linebacker room in the NFL. So, top to bottom quarterbacks, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Running backs, Baltimore Ravens. Wide receivers, Houston Texans. Tight ends, the Buffalo Bills. Offensive line, you got the Lions rounding that out. Defensive line, the 49ers. Linebackers, the Steelers. Cornerbacks, the Jets. And last but not least, safeties, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Round of applause. That is our best groups in the NFL by team. We do content Monday, Thursday, podcast on Monday, shorts every day. We love sports. We know you love sports, so lock in with us. Don't forget, like and follow.